late night treasure talk with Popo and Cojo. What's going on, Cojo?
Hey, good evening. It is a late night. It is a late night indeed. And we're going to talk treasure. And I think we've got a good selection of guests tonight. What do you think?
We got some people that are going to call in?
I think so. I think we can round up some guys and really talk some interesting new stuff tonight.
Cool. I was going to ask you that I haven't asked you this yet. What is your goal for 2014? What's the best thing you think you want to find this year that's going to make you happy about the year?
I'd like to find a half dime.
Half dime.
Yeah, I think that would be. It's kind of my goal last year, and it's also carried over into this year. But I'd like to find that half dime this year. And thanks, Jim. But yeah, I think that would be a fun goal. And usually, when I set out for a goal, I usually meet it. How about you, man?
I want to find a barber $50 this year. I'm not going to set it too high. Yeah, barber $50.
Sweet. Hey, you know, I was... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, I was talking to some other guys earlier, and just besides general finds, and we always interrupt each other here, and it's usually because of beer. But I was talking to some guys earlier, and they were talking about a new detector. Give a shout out here to Jason the Jerk, who was talking about the Bounty Hunter Platinum. And I want to bring that up some point in the time tonight. It doesn't have to happen now, but go ahead. It's your floor, bro.
Well, the Bounty Hunter Platinum, I haven't really heard that much about it. I think I saw a video you guys showed me earlier. What's making that better than the other Bounty Hunters?
You know what seems to intrigue me about this is it's a totally new platform for Bounty Hunter. I mean, they've gone away from this weird ovular box and kind of made a realistic-looking metal detector. I mean, it seems like a pretty cool detector, actually. The price point for Bounty Hunter, people who like Bounty Hunter or want a cheap detector, it seems a little bit high. It's $299. That's the link that Jason the Jerk gave me.
It's $299?
Yeah, $299, and it has a VDI display, and it looks like a liquid crystal display. Push button for pinpoint, and that kind of thing. But it honestly looked like a pretty good detector. The only thing I could see that I didn't like about it was it should have had a DD coil instead of concentric. But I don't know if I can.
I know the better lines of the Bounty Hunters, they actually have replaceable coils, so they probably want you to buy up on that.
Does it make you wonder if at the price point of $299, so basically $300, once you add that coil, does it make you wonder if it's really worth it, or should you just go with a different brand of detector?
I personally think there's probably some better $299 detectors out there. Hey, Cojo, can I ask you a question? Can you mute your laptop or whatever you're on?
Mute my laptop? Yeah, here, I'll try. I was on speaker. Does that help?
Yeah, I was just getting a bunch of feedback, but yeah, I don't know.
It's
I
cool.
personally, I mean, it looked like a pretty good machine to me, but I don't know. I've never tried it, but I would say there's probably something better out there you can get for $2.99. I'm not sure. We actually got somebody on the line right now. I'm going to bring him in here.
Hey, cool.
From who we got on here?
Well, I think you got Hook on here.
Hook, what's going on, man?
Got the Raging Cajun from South Louisiana.
Hey, it's about time, man.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Hook,
Good to hear from you.
Well,
I've
good
been
to
hearing
talk to
all about
guys,
you.
too. Say again?
I hear you. Fucking cell phones.
Good. Go just ask him a question.
Well, I've been hearing that Hook's been making all kinds of these coin rings.
Well, I'm getting into it. I'm making a few. Hadn't got all my equipment yet, but I'm working on it. They're coming out pretty good so far, but I need a heavier hammer for the big silver coins, the $50 and the dollar.
I think that's great, man.
No.
I mean, go ahead, Joe.
Now, let me ask you a question, Hook. When you're making the rings, does it matter between, the size of your finger, what size coin you're going to use, or can they all be manipulated to fit different size fingers?
Small sizes you can go quarters with small fingers. Anything over a 10.5 or 11, you'll have to use a $50. You can't hardly stretch a quarter past about 10 or so without it breaking. It'll come apart. It'll split. So to make a 12 or a 13, you'll need a $50. Anything bigger than the 13, you'll need a dollar coin.
So, Hook, let's say I'm a size 11.5, and I want to make a ring out of a Chuck E. Cheese coin.
Oh, that's going to be a tough one. Chuck E. Cheese, well, unless you can find a really big token, I don't know if you can make an 11.5 out of that one.
Hey, you guys, I want to give a shout out, first of all, to Joe's channel. Joe's channel is POPOJO7. He's a YouTube channel guy, great digger. So is Hook. You can find Hook all the time on Friendly Metal Detecting, Adventures with Jim especially, and we won't even talk about Treasure Net because they're a bunch of shit, and so is Friendly. But you can talk to Hook live if you want to talk to him about a ring on adventureswithjim.com.
Oh, yeah.
He's a hell of a good guy.
And thank you very much. I'm hanging out at Jim's site. The Friendly Metal Detecting Forum has done pissed me off, and I don't hang out there too much.
Well, what happened there, Huck, that you feel that way?
Some little kid come in the chat room and started talking a bunch of trash. So me and another guy we kind of bumped him around a little bit. He got a little butt hurt. We wasn't nothing serious. We just kind of poked some fun at him, and he got his feelings hurt. He went crying to the owners of the forum, and they come in and literally had some moderators, and even the forum owner sat in that chat room for 3 straight days.
Okay.
I'm like, I asked the woman, Carol, I said, it's funny that you spend all your time in here now. Oh, I love the chat room. I said, I've been on this forum for 3 years and never saw you in here until all this crap started.
So what happened is that, you were in Disneyland, and, they kicked you and all the big kids off the ride because of a little kid.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's exactly what happened. It's an adult site. This kid comes on thinking he's going to talk trash to everybody. When he got it back at him, he got it give back to him worse than he was given. He got his little feelings hurt. He cried to mama. The hell with him.
Now, Hook, I got a question for you. You haven't been on here yet. Now, you live in where, Louisiana?
Southwest Louisiana, yes, I do.
Now, when you go hunting, what are you usually hunting for? When you go out there, what are you looking for usually?
I'm looking for old coins. I don't relic hunt too much. We don't have a lot of Civil War activity here, and what we do have, the spots we do have, they're locked down, they're protected. It's hard to find Civil War stuff around here. So I'm just a coin hunter. I hunt old silver.
Have you ever found any old French coins?
I have found a few sin times. I found a couple. Actually, earlier this fall, I found a couple of 50 cent times. They're about the size of a silver dime. I found a 1903, and about 4 days later, I found a 1910 in a different spot. So I found two, the first two I ever found, within less than a week from each other.
Hey, Hook, I'm not trying to go totally sling blade on you here or anything, but
Bring it.
I like the way you talk.
Well, thanks.
I just wanted to say
Yeah, a lot of people make fun of my Cajun accent, but that's okay. See, I could talk like that coon-ass from the bayou, yes, yeah, but no, I don't. I talk pretty normal, I think, anyway.
Hey, I'm going to tell you guys right now, Hook is just as hardcore as it gets. He is a hell of a digger. He's a good guy. You guys should meet up and talk with him. AdventuresWithJim.com. Jump in the chat. Donate to the site, because I'm telling you, Hook, you can attest for this. Jim's site is way better than like Friendly Metal Detecting or Treasure Net.
Oh, hands down. No comparison.
I'm just saying, you guys, your donations to that site and to Popo Jojo 7 for doing the radio show, they're absolutely necessary for just living life large the way that you want to live it. And have I said enough?
You said plenty. I'm going to tell you that Adventures with Jim site's a hell of a site, the best forum I've ever been on or ever seen. Jim's a great guy. All you guys are great, man. Y'all are real people. Y'all are good guys.
Hey, and you know what?
Right.
Besides that, you can meet a real friend there, okay? It's not no hanky-panky bullshit, not a bunch of little kids and dumb shit there.
Exactly.
It's just getting down and talking to other guys who want to talk. If you feel like you want to talk, you can talk. If you don't feel like it, leave the fucking site. You know, what the fuck ever. But, you know, it's just good people talking, and people come from all over the globe. Let's give a shout-out to K-Man. K-Man is in Hawaii. We get K-Man a lot. And then we also get Mad Sonic Boating, who's in New Zealand. And not to mention the countless number of people in Europe who want to be in the site but necessarily can't all the time because of their specific area. But a lot of people want to come into the site and just have a good time and bullshit.
Right. That's
the best part about it.
That's kind of why I like Jim's site, because it's more, you know, it's not people, you know, trying to show each other up with, oh, look what I found, you know. People are pretty respectable, and, you know, we just enjoy the hobby and want to talk about it, and, you know, it's not all about, oh, you know, I'm cool because I found this or that, you know.
Exactly. Real people, straight up, honest, heartfelt, from the hip, you know, shoot straight from the gut. Can't beat it. Great site, great guys.
Now, Hook, do you get any beach detecting in down there where you're at?
I have a small saltwater, brackish water beach on the natural lake right here, about 5 minutes from me. I run from that place. It is so trashy. So much trash in this sand. You can literally move 50 yards and dig 100 pull tabs. You know, it's like unreal how full of trash the sand is. Now, there's got to be gold rings there, but I don't feel like digging through 5,000 pieces of junk and pull tabs just to find one or two rings, you know.
Right. Now, what kind of detector do you use?
Well, I have an Ace 250. I used to have an E-Track, but I don't have that no more. But I use a 250. Great little machine. Tons of stuff. I found all kind of stuff with it, including my silver dollar, a bunch of silver halves, silver dimes, silver quarters, hell, you name it. Jewelry, bling, 7 gold rings with that machine. And I'm gonna probably be shooting myself in the foot here, but I'm gonna tell everybody that wants to find jewelry to go to a playground. There's only one place to hunt. You hunt the swing sets. That's where Mom and Daddy lose their rings.
Yep.
That's the only place I've ever found a gold ring in a playground or a park area is at the swing sets.
Hey, Hook, man. It's absolutely great talking to you. And I want to, Joe, if it's okay, I just want to plug the radio channel again. This is Late Night Treasure Talk, Metal Detecting and Stupidity, hosted by Popo Jojo 7, Popojojo 7, and that's his YouTube channel as well. You can pick up this radio show on YouTube during the week through YouTube by searching Popojojo 7. Sorry, Joe, I just want to plug you once again, make sure that people get the word out on this channel.
I appreciate it. You know, I heard Jim was going to call in, but he hasn't yet. I'm waiting on that. But because we're plugging his site so much, but
I just sent him a message. Jim, call in, damn it.
so
I see it right there. And for all you people who are just listening to the radio program, you can actually log into the chat channel on Adventures of Jim, listen to the Late Night Treasure Talk channel with Popo Jojo, and interact 2 ways. You can actually chat while you're talking on the radio channel. It's kind of a double cool thing.
It is. It's great.
Hey, so Hook, let me ask you about all these boobies. Tell me
man,
about
boobies rule. Boobies that's what makes the world go round, you know?
Don't you think, man? I agree, dude. All right, so tell me your take. Would you rather have real big honkers or fake small honkers?
Well, there's no such thing as fake, because even store-boughts, if you cut them, they will bleed, so they are real. So there's no such thing as a fake set of tits, and they're all great. They're all good.
All right, I got you. Yeah, well, you know, I'm totally shit. I don't really care either way, man. I'm just, you know, if they mold to the hand, I'm cool with it, man. There's no shame in my game. Glad you got any, Joe? You got any problem with that?
You know what?
Did you ever think your radio show would go this way?
Yeah. I remember I deleted a few episodes.
This may
But
be one of those.
yeah. But let's get back on Treasure for 2014. I know we haven't got out much because of the weather up north here, and I'm kind of living vicariously.
I'm telling you, we had ice twice in 5 days. We don't get ice but once every decade down here.
Oh, you got it all the way down there?
Oh yeah, we was froze up, iced up, roads closed, bridges closed, freaking interstates closed for a couple of days, twice in less than a week.
Didn't you say Hook, that you actually used the hamburger turner from your grill to clean off your windshield down there?
I used my spatula from my barbecue pit to scrape the ice off my freaking windshield. Yes, I did.
And that's how you do it. I mean,
I'm telling
most
you.
people down south, they don't even, they don't have any need for a windshield scraper, do they?
We do not even own an ice scraper down here. We don't never use them. I tore up more than one driver's license or credit card trying to scrape frost off a windshield. But the other day, after all that sleet had iced up on it, I had a quarter-inch of ice on my windshield. I had to use a dang spatula to bust it off of that.
Damn.
Yeah,
And
from what I've seen on the
This
news,
South
it looked like
Louisiana.
the ice was the bad part about it down south, wasn't it?
Yep. We didn't get a whole lot of snow. We got a lot of sleet and a lot of wet ice that froze up. And, I mean, we had 70 wrecks in 6 hours in this town. Saw it on the news. 70 wrecks in 6 hours.
Wow.
All these dumb Cajuns don't know how to drive on that ice, but I'm telling you.
Well, ice is tough to drive on no matter where you are. I mean, it's rough. Hey, Clad, Popo Jojo, Joe. Hey, why don't we ask Hook here? I've never hunted in swamp areas, and I want to see if he hunts there or any challenges on that. Can we question that with you, Hook?
Now, are we talking coin hunting or wild game hunting?
Well, no, just in booby hunting.
They got them
no.
all over the place, in the swamps and out the swamps.
Well, when
Now,
I
I was just going to ask, what is the soil conditions down there for you usually? Most places you go, is it usually kind of wet and muddy, or?
Yeah, it's what we call gumbo mud. It's got a little clay in it, a lot of topsoil mixed with some clay. It gets rock hard in the summer, it dries up, and it's like concrete, but in the winter, and when it's wet, you can literally walk down a fire lane with rubber boots on and have to stop every 50 yards or so because your boots weigh about 40 pounds each. This stuff cakes on your boots. You got to scrape it off, It's nasty. But the digging down here in my area, you've got about 8 inches or so of topsoil, then you hit some gray clay. And the coins don't sink, or they don't. What coin? And I don't even believe a coin will sink in dirt. Coins get deep because of buildup on top of them. Grass clippings, leaves, whatever. We cut grass around here 9 months out of the year, so we've got a lot of grass clippings, and it builds up quick. I found coins. I found silvers from 2 inches to 8 inches deep. Same year class. It's just some areas get cut so often, it builds up so fast. But we don't have any coins past the clay level, no.
Right, yeah. Now, what's some of the oldest coins you've been finding down there?
Well, I found them I found an 1820 large cent, but that's the only large cent I ever found down here. But the oldest other than that is around the 1880s. I found some Indian heads. I found one Canadian 5-cent piece. That was in 1880. That was 8 to 9 inches deep. The average depth for silver around here, barbers are hard to find. Mostly it's just rosies and mercs, buffaloes and a few V-nickels and your Washington quarters and your Walkers and whatnot. But the average silver down here is only about probably 4 inches deep. That's average.
Hey, Hook, I've got a quick question for you, and I know we're running out of time here on the Late Night Treasure Talk channel. But let me ask you this. You coming from the South, and I know that voodoo is a big thing down in your area, and that this is a widely respected belief. Have you ever come across a dig that you thought, maybe I'm just going to leave this here, or this isn't something that I want because I feel like it has got a bad mojo on it, or have you ever come across that feeling like in your area, in the neck of the woods?
No, I've never dug anything related to voodoo, but I have dug something that when I brought it home, something else came with it. I had some strange occurrences in my house after I dug a musket ball
Okay.
once. And actually talked to some people on another forum, and one old boy said, hey, I ain't scared, send it to me. So I did. I sent that damn musket ball to him. He called me back a week later and said, man, I want to send it back to you. I don't want this thing. It had something attached to it, I think.
Is it some ultra-terrestrial or supernatural that you felt like, you know?
Something supernatural, yeah. Something supernatural.
Bad. I mean, you guys down there have such a different perspective on spirituality than the rest of the country, and I think it's very unique. And I can't say if it's wrong or it's right. There's sometimes I'll argue for it, and sometimes I'll argue against it.
Well, I will say this: voodoo down here, it does work if you believe in it. I personally don't, but I know people that do, and they'll do they'll ward off the evil with all these little signs and stuff that they make with their hands and whatnot, because they believe in it. And in my opinion, it works on those people. You know, if somebody was to put a spell on them, it would work because they believe it. But I don't.